Here's your word for the day from Calvary in Lake Havasu. Visit us on the web at calvaryaz.com.
Hi, Calvary. I'm glad to be with you today for your word for the day. You know that carol, O Little Town of Bethlehem? You might know the words. I'll probably mess them up a little bit, but it goes like this. O little town of Bethlehem, how still we see thee lie. Beneath thy deep and dreamless sleep, the silent stars go by. Yet in thy dark street shineth the everlasting light. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. That is a promise about a town that Micah prophesied about years before Jesus was born. It's in Micah chapter 5, and we read about Bethlehem being the birthplace of the Messiah in verses 2 through 4. Now, it's kind of a long section to read, but I'm going to read it with you here, starting in Micah 5:2. But you, O Bethlehem, who are too little to be among the clans of Judah, from you shall come forth for me one who is to be the ruler in Israel, whose coming forth is from of old, from ancient days. Therefore he shall give them up until the time when she who is in labor has given birth. Then the rest of his brothers shall return to the people of Israel, and he shall stand and shepherd his flock in the strength of the Lord, in the majesty of the name of the Lord his God, and they shall dwell secure, for now he shall be great to the ends of the earth. This prophecy about Bethlehem, David's hometown, came 700 years before Jesus would be born. And it promises that this great ruler is going to come from Bethlehem. Now, I've lived in a lot of little towns. Okay, I've lived in a town of 1,500 in Iowa. I've lived in a town of 20,000 in California, another town of 20,000 in Mongolia. And when you're from a little town, you think nothing good is going to happen, nothing spectacular is going to come out of this town. But God had chosen Bethlehem to be the place where the Messiah would be born and where the Messiah would come from. Jesus is the fulfillment of this prophecy. And as we go through the Advent season, we will think about how Jesus fulfills so many prophecies. He fulfills this prophecy, not just in his birthplace, but also in what he grew to become. If we look over at John 10, we hear the rest of what Jesus did and how it fulfills the prophecy that this Messiah would also be a shepherd. So in John chapter 10, we see that Jesus fulfills this prophecy that he is the shepherd of the people of Israel. 10 verse 11, it says, I am the good shepherd, and the good shepherd lays down his life for the sheep. And then in verse 14, it says, I am the good shepherd. I know my own, and my own know me. So Jesus is the fulfillment of the prophecy in Micah. He was born in Bethlehem, and he became the shepherd of his people, the shepherd who laid down his life for the sheep. So this Advent season, I hope that you will worship not just the baby Jesus in the manger, but that you will worship Jesus, our shepherd, who laid down his life for us, that you will place your faith firmly in him and find reason to rejoice in all that he's done for us. Have a blessed day, Calvary.